Are you serious? We haven't even dropped points away from home or at home this season, and we lose to Burnley 1-0 at home. This doesn't give me a lot of confidence going into our next game against Liverpool. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 6th episode of the FM21 Manchester City Road to the Champions League save with me, Raxo FM, where today we are going to be playing against Liverpool in the Premier League, and then we're going to be facing Real Madrid in our second game against them in the Champions League to hopefully qualify us in top spot of our group. Currently, we're sitting on the top spot with a small possibility of them beating us, but realistically, I think we've got this wrapped up. So it would just be a wee friendly against Real Madrid. You know what? Dynamo Kiev could even beat them, so let's do what we can to help them out if we can do that. But before we jump into today's episode, make sure that you do like this video if you are enjoying the series so far, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM channel. Can we please get 8 likes for today's video? I haven't set a like target for a bit, so we're going for it. Hopefully we can keep the support going, and let's jump into looking at the results since the last time. I haven't played too many games, but the games that I have played, I was going to say were very positive, but they haven't all been positive. The Burnley loss in particular, it's a little bad. Robert Snodgrass scored a very good free kick, to be fair to the man, and it's his only goal of the season. Of course it is. It's kind of disappointing. It's not kind of disappointing, it's very disappointing. But we did beat Astana? Yeah, we'll go with that. Twice in the Champions League, 5-0 overall on the aggregate scoreline. And then we beat Fulham 1-0 away from home, which, again, wasn't actually a great result. But I'm feeling confident in this Liverpool game. There's something about it that tells me we're coming away with a comfortable win here. Let's make sure that it does happen. At least we're still 3 points ahead of all the teams below us in the league, because everyone else is slipping up as well. So we're just the ones slipping up a wee bit less. Let's make sure that we do beat one of our biggest rivals in this competition this year, even though they're, like 5th place. So yeah, not really rivals in terms of league position, but it's Liverpool. Come on. We've got Aguero, Sterling, De Bruyne, Gnabry, Foden, Fernandinho, Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Guerrero, and Ederson. I've tried switching the boys around here, De Bruyne and Foden, to see if De Bruyne does better in a wee bit more of an attacking position. He's been amazing this season, don't get me wrong, but maybe not had as many goal contributions as I would like, and that is because he is down in the deeper role. And Phil Foden's been scoring quite a few goals, but that's because he's been in the higher role. So we'll see what happens when we switch them around. Hopefully it's successful. Let's jump into this game and let's come away with a win against Liverpool, who are down in 5th place. It makes it much less intense, I will admit, but we're going to give the media what they've been saying about us. You always say that. They always react positively. And take a look at the Liverpool 11. I have a feeling they would have made no transfers. And I was correct. Yeah, that's exactly the squad they'd be using in real life. That's a very tidy squad, though, so let's not beat around the bush here. They're going to be a difficult side to break down. Let's make sure that we get an early start here, come away with the win, come away with a couple of goals, take the 3 points home. Well, we're already home, but you get what I'm saying. Ederson with the first opportunity of the game. I hope the opportunity isn't actually going to Ederson. And did you see that? There was a pass back to the goalkeeper. We all know what that means. That's going to end up being a goal. Guerrero playing it forward to De Bruyne. That's not quite worked, but we've picked it up again. And just for good measure, we've played it back to the goalkeeper again. That's definitely a goal now, twice in a row. That's secured, and Aguero's in, and he's offside. He didn't even score it anyway. This passing it back to the goalkeeper thing doesn't work in Football Manager this year. Previous years, it was guaranteed. This year, it's very up in the air, and I'm starting to wonder whether or not going positive is a wee bit too attacking against a good side like Liverpool, and they've just scored Virgil van Dijk from a corner, and that's just unlucky. That's got nothing to do with my positive mentality. That's just a decent ball into the mixer with a player that can head the ball very well. I mean, that could happen to any team, and of course it happens to us. So we are a goal down now, and we need to fight back. So I'm going to keep us on positive. I would have probably moved us back down to balanced if it wasn't for that goal, but You live and you learn. Aguero over to Gnabry, and he does finish it, and now we're moving it back down to balance. What a finish. What a ball. No, not cautious. I swear I pressed cautious, but it doesn't matter. It's gone to balance. They knew what I wanted to do. It's a great ball over by Aguero, and it's a brilliant finish by Gnabry. It's just gone over the top of Robertson, I assume. And, I mean, Alisson Becker could potentially be doing better there. But it's a great hit, and everything about that goal was brilliant. It was much better than Van Dijk's, that's all I'm saying. And now, going into half-time, surely we look like the better of the two sides. But Gnabry has picked up a knock. I'm going to keep him on the pitch for as long as I can, because I think he's surviving. But I think I'm going to take him off at half-time now. As that move to balance has kind of meant that the game has gone a bit quiet, so maybe I should be moving it back up to positive. But for now, I'm just going to take Gnabry off because he is looking a wee bit injured, based off the way it says injured next to him. I would have wanted to start Silva, but he wasn't feeling fully match fit, so I didn't want to push it too much, as he's actually quite a good player, and if I aggravate an injury there, it's not going to be a great thing for us in the long term. But for now, we're on the attack, and he's on the ball. Prove to me that I should have started you, mate. Oh, there's a brilliant hit and a beautiful save by Alisson Becker. I mean, it's hard to know whether or not it's actually a really good save or a really good hit in Football Manager, but I'm confident that that was a brilliant save. Yeah, top drawer stuff, just like reaching for it, fingertip stuff, magical, absolutely magical. I shouldn't be complimenting it so much because it has meant that we're still on level terms. So I'm going to move up to a positive mentality for the last 20 minutes now. And I was going to demand more. De Bryune is on a free kick, and I think we've just won a penalty, boys and girls. Laporte was lurking there. He's been tripped for absolutely no reason. We have gotten a penalty, and it's Kevin De Bryune to step up to the plate. He hasn't missed a penalty all year. Don't start now, mate. Against Alisson, he finishes it. Bottom left corner, 20 minutes to go. We're moving back down to a balanced mentality, and we're going to bring Phil Foden off because he's looking a wee bit tired. Bring a more defensive-minded player on in the form of Ward-Prowse. Give him some match time out there. He's been really good this season, actually. I'm very proud of that signing that we did make there. I'd like to think a very realistic signing as well. And we've almost added Twaitali there as Aguero goes through on goal, but can't quite finish his dinner there. And with 15 minutes to go, or thereabouts, we've got another opportunity. And we've passed it back to the goalkeeper once again. Could this be a goal because of it? I really don't hope it's a goal for... Don't hope? Is that something people say? Yeah, no, that makes sense. I really don't hope it's a goal for Liverpool, and it is. That's so against the run of play. We've been all over them the second half, and now moving back to a positive mentality. And Wijnaldum's just threaded it through. It's been a bit too much on it. And Shaqiri somehow gets a touch. It's also Shaqiri that scores. That's embarrassing. Ederson probably should be doing a wee bit better there. I think he did save it, but it kind of came back onto Shaqiri, and now Liverpool look like they're the better of the two sides. Can we get a goal to win this in the last few minutes? So I'm sure if either team scores in the last few minutes, it's going to be a winner. I'm going to bring Aguero off, bring Memphis Depay on. Hopefully he can make himself a hero by scoring in these last few minutes. We've got 6 additional minutes. It's not even the last few minutes now. It's a good period of time, and Memphis Depay nearly made himself a hero there with a great hit, but it went just wide of the post, so I guess it wasn't that great of a hit. Now, I was going to make a tactical change, but I really didn't know what to do, and we've ended this game with a 1-1 draw. We probably should have come away with the win there, and I've also realised it was a 2-2 draw, not a 1-1 draw, so there's things not going right left, right and centre here. It's not a bad result, but I definitely would have liked the win, and based off the stats, based off the XG, based off the things that we saw, I think that a win would have been fair enough for us. They scored a scrappy goal from Shaqiri, and they scored a header from Van Dijk, whereas we scored a brilliant pass and volley by Gnabry, and maybe it was kind of fair enough to be level terms at the end of the game. But now we're going to go off camera and play against Dynamo Kiev. I'm kind of tempted to let them win, because if they win, then they stay just behind Real Madrid, and then if we beat Real Madrid, then Dynamo Kiev beat Astana, they could actually go ahead of them. Or could they not? Depends on how they've performed in the games against each other. Dynamo Kiev was a draw and a win, so Dynamo Kiev wouldn't finish on top of them. Okay, let's actually try and beat Dynamo Kiev. But we'll be back to the Real Madrid game. Hopefully I haven't lost anything, or worse, drawn. And we're ready to go for our final I should really re-record this, but I'm not going to. Game of the group stage. Again, it was Real Madrid, and we've officially finished on top spot. Like, there's no drama going on here. They're confirmed for second place. It's not very intense, I will admit, but it's going to be a good game either way. So don't click off the video. And also, since last time, we've done very well. We managed to beat Dynamo Kiev 3-0 away from home, and then beat Tottenham 2-0 away from home, which means in the Premier League, where did the point come? Oh, clearly Chelsea have had a game in hand for a while that I haven't noticed. I'm fuming about that. I thought we were very comfortable. Chelsea just don't win for a bit. When do we face Chelsea? That's got to be covered now. Oh, that's next episode. Perfect. Oh, in January transfer window. There's going to be some serious, intense stuff going on, and maybe even some Champions. Oh no, Champions League kicks off. We'll work it out in due time. But for now, let's play this game against Real Madrid. This is the team that we're going with. We've got Gabriel Jesus, Depay, Foden, Gnabry, Gundogan, Rodri, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Ake, and Ederson in between the sticks. Let's jump into it. I mean, if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Let's hope for a win, but it doesn't change anything. So yeah, again, I'm not really helping you guys want to stay engaged with this video, but please do. Taking a look at the side that we are facing today. Well, taking a look at our squad first. It's pretty beautiful, but taking a look at the side that we are facing. Yeah, it's a pretty strong 11, but they have a new player in there, Lucas Levia. Don't know if I would have picked him personally as Real Madrid boss, and I know I wouldn't have picked him personally because I've done a Real Madrid save and I didn't pick him. So it's a very dodgy decision by their boss there, and it's proven to be a terrible decision. I tell you who I did bring in for the Real Madrid save, Memphis Depay. I tell you who I did bring in for the Manchester City save, Memphis Depay. I tell you who just scored against Real Madrid in the Manchester City save, Memphis Depay. There we go. What a header by the man. He's just in the right area, at the right place at the right time, and he's managed to put us 1-0 up. I mean, we beat them away from home. Surely we're going to come away with the win here. We have rotated our squad quite heavily, so I'm a wee bit nervous about that. And I'm a wee bit nervous by the fact that Benzema was running at us there, but he did turn around, so I got a lot less nervous when he did that. Don't know if I would have done that personally, but I wouldn't be on a professional football pitch. And to be honest, I'm changing my settings to silent, so if we score, I'm going to be very oblivious to it, but it looks like Courtois saved it because I forgot to turn my fan off, so I was changing the settings so that my fan was quiet and you don't have to hear shh in the background of my video. So I hope that was a good opportunity. But we didn't score, so can't have been that good. 15 minutes to go in this half, and we have another opportunity. It is Ake to throw the ball in, who's doing a pretty decent job at left back at the moment. And a player that hasn't played there at all so far this season. They've just scored again. I'm talking about Ake playing at left back, and we should be talking about Memphis Depay on the left wing. He's a brilliant player. Sign him. He's so cheap. I hope that we can get him for free at the end of this season because he's just such a good rotation option. What a ball over the top. And let's give some credit to Gabriel Jesus, actually. A brilliant finish by him. Again, a player that's not getting too much game time. He's actually in competition for the top spot after Aguero leaves, so we're going to have to keep an eye on what is going on there, especially with his contract expiring. I don't think he wants to sign another contract. I might give that another crack at the end of this game, because I would like to keep Aguero on the books for as long as we can. But if he doesn't want to sign, I want to sell. So we could be getting rid of Sergio Aguero at the halfway point of this season in the January transfer window. But let's come to that bridge when we get to it. I don't even know what I clicked during the dressing room thing. I just went with the recommended. But it seems to be working because we're on the attack once again. Oh, bad pass by Ake. I've given him some praise and it's gone straight to his head. Now Valverde's throwing goal. He hits it and he scores it. And I'm not going to blame that on anyone. But Ake did make the pass, and Valverde did run from his own half and managed to score a brilliant solo goal. I'm also not looking at anyone here, but this player could have maybe not stood with the striker who was already marked. But again, I'm not going to make any comment. Nacho on the ball. I sold him in my Real Madrid save, so that's another thing that I would have done differently. So I just put it out there. Bad decision by the new manager, and he clears it, and we get it. See, this is why I got rid of him. And now Memphis Depay, the man, the myth, the legend, on the ball once again, plays it in, and Gabriel Jesus can't finish that one. It's a good block, but brilliant play by Memphis Depay. Let's not take anything away from him there. But it's Real Madrid on the ball once again, and I'm nervous that they're going to come back into this game because they clearly are actually a goal scoring threat in the second half. And Asensio's on the ball on the right hand side, playing it back to Militao. And now they're playing it back, and I have a feeling we're going to tackle them at some point and get the ball back. Is it going to happen now? Varane's running down an alley without a light. I don't know. There's a phrase in there somewhere, but I couldn't remember how it went. But we didn't end up scoring from the opportunity anyway. But I'm going to make my first substitution of the game. And I've just realised what the stats were. How are Real Madrid even in this game? We are absolutely dominating. But I'm going to make my substitution, and it's going to be Ward-Prowse to come on for Rodri. Oh, is it going to be Rodri? Nah, it's going to be Gundogan. Gundogan, I think, deserves a lot more game time than I'm actually giving him, but quite like Ward-Prowse, and I want him to have more game time as well, so he's going to be the first one. We're also going to bring on... that's all we'll do for now, actually. We might bring on one of the youngsters at some point. Hopefully they can do a job and, you know, maybe grow in potential from one game against Real Madrid. That's not really how it works, is it? Oh, decent ball in by Gnabry. It hasn't found anyone. This isn't a real highlight. I'm completely oblivious to what's going on here. See, look, that's not a highlight. That's a shot that's going miles wide. It's their fourth shot of the game. Like, how am I even thinking that they're in this game? How was that shot by Valverde only an XG of 0.22? That was a much higher XG. That was a very good opportunity. You can't disrespect us for conceding that. That's shameful. We're going to bring De Bryune on now for Phil Foden to give him a run around in the squad for the last few minutes of this game. 15 minutes to go. Hopefully we can keep a hold of this lead, but even though they've had very few shots, they seem to be getting quite a few opportunities, but now we've picked it up, and Gnabry has the pace to break away in this right-hand side. Is he going to cut inside, go for the ball? He goes for the ball. I don't know how it's come to Foden, but it's come to Foden, and it's coming straight off. What a great final touch by him, and it's a great way to put ourselves 3-1 up. Well, it wasn't a great way to put ourselves 3-1 up. I mean, I feel like that came off one of our players, but clearly it's come off the defender. Comes straight to Phil Foden. And if he missed that, there would have been a serious concern going on there. But I think I'm done with my substitutions, even though Gnabry and Memphis... Oh, no, I'm going to bring Gnabry off, actually. I don't want to aggravate an injury. Well, he's not injured, but there could be an injury at some point. And he had a good ball into the mixer, but not the best rating game I've ever seen. And with only 5 minutes of additional time, I think this one's wrapped up. 3-1 win for Manchester City. We are clearly one of the best teams in the world at this point in time. Beating Real Madrid, who would also be considered to be one of the best teams in the world. We beat them twice. Like, let's not downplay this. I'm a brilliant tactical manager. We beat them twice. That's world class. Absolutely world class. How are they doing in the league right now? They're fourth. Okay. Makes me feel a wee bit less good about myself. But taking a look at the other teams that got through, it was Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, Inter on the bottom of the table there, Manchester United and Salzburg. I don't mind that. Lazio and Barcelona's second place. Oh no. I hope we don't draw Barcelona. Then we've got Juventus and Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's not bad. Chelsea and Bayern. Oh, I really hope we don't get Bayern. Atletico Madrid and Club Brugge. Us and Real Madrid. And PSG and Atalanta. Okay. I think we all know Club Brugge or Salzburg. Please. No one else. Definitely not Bayern Munich or Barcelona. That would just be completely unfair. But that is where we're going to end today's episode. That has been a good episode. Successful stuff. Lots of wins in there. And we'll come back at some point around this Chelsea game and the start of the January transfer window, where hopefully we will have made a decision on some of our players, including Aguero. Does he want to discuss a contract? He doesn't want to discuss a contract. He's wanted by clubs as well. I think Aguero is going to be sold this January transfer window, but you'll have to find out in tomorrow's episode whether or not that is going to be happening. Make sure that you do like this video if you have enjoyed it, as well as subscribing to the Rexo FM channel so you don't miss any of the daily-ish Football Manager content coming your way, and I'll see you all later.